I'm Henny and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'll be showing you how I styled Aira's hair from Dandadan. This one is another character that has been requested quite a lot lately, and although I had it styled months ago, I only had time to try it on last month. Since this wig is styled for myself, I wanted to take this rare opportunity to show you all how it looks on me. As you know, most of my wigs are styled for my clients, so they don't fit me as well due to differences in measurements. And it took a while since I rarely have time to do my own cosplays these days. But not complaining though, I do love styling wigs for others. Alright then, let's get into the process, shall we? As always, I'm starting off with a long wig that has been crimped. I know I don't show the footages of crimping the wig, but pretty much every wig that I work on has been crimped. And if you'd like to know how I do so, I have a very detailed tutorial on that. Anyways, I'm removing the fake scalp on top since I plan to rebuild the hair parting from scratch. I then section out where the parting and side hairline would be and trim all those bits off. When I first started styling wigs, I would plan out the steps to get the best approach on where to start with. But with experience, these days I just go with the flow unless it's a pretty complicated design. Plus, the more wigs I style, the less afraid I am to trim off the hair all the way from the roots. I used to be really afraid of making mistakes though, which is why I plan things out a lot, but we have to learn from those mistakes to grow our skills. So if you're just starting out, don't be afraid to try new things, enjoy the process, and most of all, have fun with it. Okay, now I'm taking the hair that has been removed and glue them back on to recreate a new parting. As you can see from Aira's bangs, they go in various directions and has a few distinctive layers. Control the direction of how the hair is attached and hold it there until the glue fully dries. The hair pieces are pretty long and heavy, so you don't really see it yet, but trust me, it will look better later when it's trimmed. Then, to build the side hairline, I'm using the same technique as when I styled Momo's wig in my previous video. This way, instead of creating glued hair pieces which results in a rather stiff hairline, the soft edge pieces are much more natural and comfortable to wear. Carefully glue the hair down onto the sides, making sure that they are held down with some hairspray. Continue with the process until the entire side is covered. With the hairline done, I slowly trim it to the shape that I want. Then, to really hold it in place, I added a very thin layer of water-based glue and carefully spread it out, making sure that it doesn't have obvious glue stains on the surface. Moving on to the rest of the hair, I zip tie the excess length and trim it away. Since the parting and hairline has been constructed already, I actually won't be using this excess hair anymore for this wig. But I kept them though because I've been thinking if I want to cosplay the acrobatic silky version of Aira. But that's a very huge wig and I don't know if I want to have it stored in my house after the cosplay, so I'm in a dilemma of whether I should go through with that plan. Anyways, now I'm finally starting to trim Aira's hair. Her hairstyle is kinda like a jellyfish wolf cut at the back, so I'm starting off with the hair around her neck first. I have already worked on the layer below, so I'm trimming the length to match the one below. So first I curl the ends outwards, but I find that it needs a little bit more volume for the back of her head, so instead of just the ends, I also added a wave to it, creating an S-curve. Do this throughout the entire layer. Once that's done, I loosen up the hair by going through with my fingers and adjusting any pieces that are astray, before setting it with hairspray. Now let down the next layer of hair. For this layer and the layers after it, I'm gradually building the shape and texture, so each layer is slightly shorter than the one before. These shorter layers will be curled and form into a bob with the ends curled inwards. Here's how the back of the wig looks so far. Now for the pieces of hair that are tucked behind the ears, I measured where it would end and trim the length down. Then it's just more heat shaping and setting each layer and pieces with hairspray. If you notice, I like to work layer by layer when I style these natural looking wigs. This is actually very time consuming, but it really creates a lot of texture and layering. Plus by setting each layer with hairspray as you work, it provides more hold for the hairstyle. Here I'm sectioning the side bangs that covers the face. If you have a wider face like me, hairstyles that exposes the sides of the face are the #1 nemesis. Since Aira's hair has one side tucked behind the ears, I only have this side to cover up my face, which is also why I adjusted the curls on the exposed side to be wider so that it gives an illusion of my face looking smaller. Measuring where the bangs would end on the face, trim away the excess length. I've also thinned it out so that it looks less heavy and bulky before heat styling it with a little curve. In hindsight, I should have styled this bit before the side bangs. Normally with real hair, this part would be tucked behind the ears. But with wigs, when we try to do that, it only creates more bulk and you may need a lot of hairpins to hold it down. So I like to trim the excess length off, heat style it so that it curves just the way I want it, and sometimes I will actually apply some glue to hold it in place. Then I also styled more layers according to a design. Now for one last chunk of her bangs. So remember earlier when I said that the direction of how the hair parting is glued may affect the direction of the hair flow? Once I trim the excess length and reduce the bulk on this bit, you can see that it's bouncing up, creating more layering and dimension to her bangs. It's not sitting on top of each layer, but rather it looks like it's coming off the scalp. And I saved the fun bit for the last. With a steamer, heat up the piece of hair I saved for the ahoge upwards and hold it there till it cools. Trim off the excess length and give it a cute little curl. Then finally set it with some hairspray. Look at that bounce! And here's an up close of the soft side hairline. Here's the final look of the wig. It's been a while since I've styled a wig for myself and I really love this one. Pink is my favorite color, so naturally working with this wig made me really happy. And here's also a tip for you for watching till the end. To maintain natural looking wigs like this, spray some hairspray on it every now and then after use. That way it helps to hold the shape of the wig together well. This wig fits perfectly on my head and frames nicely around my face. I then did a mini photo shoot at home where it looks like a picture day in the school. Aira is a popular girl, so I figured she would love having the camera capture her cute expressions. Let me know what you think of this week's video. If you enjoyed it, do leave a like and remember to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And I will see you again soon with a new video. Bye!